You had 12 months. Now you've got 4. Well, technically a little bit more than 4. But that's not as dramatic, is it? It's nearly September, and I know what you're probably thinking. Where has this year actually gone? Because I'm pretty sure January was about 3 weeks ago. You probably started this year with a list: get in shape, make more money, find a better job, start that business, read more, travel, get closer to God, stop wasting time. And maybe this was finally going to be your year. And then life happened. January became March. March somehow became June. Summer came around, you went on holiday, you had a few drinks, spent a bit too much money, missed the gym once, which somehow became 17 times. And now we're here, nearly September, and maybe you're nowhere near where you thought you'd be. That's okay, but what you do next, that's the important part, because 2026 isn't over. You know, there's this weird thing we all do. When the year starts going badly, we mentally check out. We mentally write out the whole thing. You know what I mean. I'll start again on Monday. Monday comes. Okay, next month. Next month comes. January, definitely January. Listen, how many Januaries do you need? January isn't magical. You're not going to wake up on January the 1st with abs, £50,000, $100,000 in your bank account, and the sudden desire to read Marcus Aurelius at 5 in the morning. You will probably wake up slightly hungover, looking for paracetamol. January isn't going to save you, and I think that's something I've had to understand for myself. There's never going to be this perfect moment where everything suddenly makes sense. Sometimes you just start, badly, quietly, without telling anybody. And 4 months? 4 months is actually quite a long time. Now think about where you were 4 months ago. April. Feels like ages, doesn't it? Now imagine you're training consistently from April until today. Imagine you were saving money every payday since April. Imagine learning something for 1 hour every day since April. Imagine applying for jobs, building something, reading, running, praying, working on yourself. You'd probably be in a very different position right now. That's the thing about time. A day feels insignificant, but 100 days, that's where things start getting interesting. You don't need to completely transform your life before January. That's absolutely ridiculous. But you can absolutely change its direction. That is what these next 4 months are about. Not becoming perfect. Not becoming a millionaire before Christmas. Please don't buy somebody's course promising you that. It's about momentum, and it starts in September. September is simple. Remove. Before you add another morning routine, another productivity app, another supplement, another podcast, another man shouting at you about dopamine. Look at what needs to go. Your screen time says 8 hours? That's your first problem. You're spending £400 every month on delivery? That's another one. You're going to sleep at 2 in the morning and wondering why you're tired. Listen, Sherlock Holmes isn't required for this investigation. Look at your life properly. What's draining you? What are you avoiding? What keeps taking your attention? Maybe it's social media. Maybe it's certain people. Maybe it's drinking every weekend. Maybe it's watching things you're not meant to be watching at night. Maybe it's constantly comparing yourself to people online. Maybe your bedroom is a mess. Maybe your finances are a mess. Maybe you've just become comfortable. September is it's not about becoming a robot. You can still go out. You can still enjoy yourself. You can still watch Netflix, relax. But September, there has to be a fine line. Because if entertainment occupies every spare moment of your life, when exactly are you supposed to build anything? So, September, clean house. Physically, financially, mentally, spiritually. Get rid of some noise. Then comes October. Now we build. And this is the part nobody can make sexy for you. You actually have to do the work. If you want a better body, train 3 times a week, 4 times a week. Whatever you can actually maintain. Start running, walk more, eat like somebody who actually cares whether they're alive in 40 years. Drink some water. And no, coffee doesn't count. Now, if you hate your job, don't just sit there every Sunday evening, staring at the ceiling thinking, I can't do this anymore. Do something about it. Fix your CV, improve your LinkedIn, speak to recruiters, learn something valuable. Start reaching out to companies, send applications, talk to people, use AI. Learn how your industry is changing. Become harder to ignore. And if you want to start a business, just start. That's right, start. Not the Instagram page, not the logo, not spending 3 weeks choosing between group, holding, ventures. Find a problem. Find somebody who has that problem. Offer to solve it. Get paid. Congratulations, you're now in business. You can make the logo later. October is where you stop preparing to become somebody and start behaving like them. And let's talk about money, because everyone wants more of it. Fair enough, life is expensive. But before you start searching how to make $10,000 a month, passive income with AI while sleeping, just stop, please. Start with this. What do you earn? What do you spend? What do you owe? And what do you save? Most people couldn't answer all 4 without opening 6 banking apps and experiencing mild chest pain. Know your numbers, then increase the gap between what comes in and what goes out. Learn skills that can increase your income. Technology, AI, marketing, sales, coding, design, finance, a trade. Whatever makes sense for you. And stop spending money trying to look wealthy. Nobody cares. The person you're trying to impress probably has Lana as well. Build quietly. Then November arrives. And November is where this gets interesting. Because September, you're motivated. New season, new routine, new playlist. You bought the gym clothes. You're feeling dangerous. October, still going well. But November is dark at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. It's raining. You're tired. Christmas is coming. Nobody wants to run. Your bed starts negotiating with you. And suddenly, all those promises you made in September become optional. This is where you find out whether you've actually changed. Because discipline isn't doing something when you feel incredible. Anyone can do that. It's doing it on some random Tuesday in November when absolutely nobody would know if you didn't. Nobody's watching. Nobody's clapping. There's no Instagram story. You just said you were going to do something. So you do it. That's where confidence comes from. Keeping promises to yourself. And there's another part of this that I think we forget. You can improve everything externally and still feel completely lost internally. You can get the body, get the job, make the money, buy the clothes, get the apartment, get that nice car, and still think, is this it? For me, that's where God comes in. And I'm not talking about putting a Bible verse in your Instagram bio and then living like GTA for the other 6 days of the week. I'm talking about actually building a relationship with God, praying when things are good, not just when your life has fallen apart. Reading the Bible, going to church, being grateful, actually becoming a better person when nobody sees it, and understanding that success without character can destroy you just as quickly as failure. If you're a Christian and you've drifted this year, come back. You don't need January for that either. And then, December. This is where I want you to imagine something. Imagine you're reaching December and you're already moving. You're stronger than you were in August. You're sleeping better. You've saved some money. Maybe you've paid something off. You've learned something useful. You've sent the applications. Maybe you've changed jobs. Maybe you've started your business. Maybe you've made your first $1,000 from it. Maybe you made your first $10,000. Maybe you've run your first 5K. Maybe you just started going back to church. Maybe you finally stopped speaking to somebody you knew wasn't good for you. Maybe you just feel like yourself again. Think about how different January feels then. You're not saying, new year, new me. You're saying, keep going. That's a completely different position to be in. So, here's how I want you to do. Nothing complicated. Choose 4 things. 1 for your body. Maybe that's training 4 times a week. 1 for your money. Maybe that's saving your first £10,000. 1 for your future. New job, new skill, business, university, whatever your next move is. And 1 for your soul. For me, that's God. Write those 4 things down. Then underneath each one, write what you're going to do every week. Not what you want. What you're going to do. Because goals sounds good, but your calendar tells you the truth. Look, maybe 2026 hasn't been your year. Maybe it's actually been terrible. Maybe you've lost somebody, lost your job, lost money, lost a relationship. You lost your confidence. Maybe you're just tired. I don't know about your situation, and I'm not gonna sit here and pretend one YouTube video magically fixes any of that. It doesn't. But tomorrow morning still comes, and you still get to decide what you do with it. Then the morning after that, and the morning after that, and eventually, those ordinary days become your life. So no, you don't need to become unrecognizable in 4 months. You don't need to prove anything to Instagram. You don't need to tell anybody, I'm going ghost. Just go. Work, train, learn, pray, save, build. Enjoy your life as well. Call your mom, see your friends, go outside. We're trying to improve our lives here, not become Batman. And when January comes, don't let that be the moment you finally decide to change. Let January be the moment you look back and realize you already did. You've got 4 months. Don't waste them.